That's going in.
That should be at the end. Just seriously looking into the camera and zoom into my face.
That's our cars the foreigners. That's our car right
That's how
here.
we get to school.
Yeah, I want to talk about my camera.
This is how we get to school.
I used to get that all the time.
I call him Bob. Because he keeps Bob. Okay.
That's how I go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I take my camel to McDonald's. That's what my friends used to say in public school.
My friends used to hate when I made Arabic accents because I look so white that people would think I'm making fun of Arabs.
That would make sense. Yeah,
So,
they'd be like, that's like, shh. I'm a minority. I'm a minority.
Like, I'll be on the subway and my friends will be like, don't sit there, be careful. You might have something under. And they'll be like, Sultan, don't do that. I'm like, don't do what? I'm Arab. They're like, yeah, but people don't know you're Arab. You look white. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually start the show.
Right.
What up, everybody? I hope y'all are doing well.
Welcome to Sweet and Salty, where we talk about something sweet and something salty. My name is Selwa, aka Sweet.
And I'm Salty. So we would just want to start off by saying thank you so much for everybody who watched our last episode. We read every single comment, the positive and the negatives. Our DM blew up on my personal Instagram and Selwa's personal Instagram, and also the S2 Production Instagram. Thank you so much for all the messages. We took a lot of what you guys said and sent us in. And
Thank you.
We're definitely going to start off by making the show a lot shorter. Okay, 1 hour was a little much. It was just our first episode. We're testing the waters. We're always going to be improving.
Right.
And we're going to be doing a lot of things. Our audio situation is also going to improve, hopefully.
Yay!
And we're going to make things, more appealing.
More friendly.
Yeah. Unless we're going to punch you off. No, I'm kidding. No, but for real, thank you so much for everything.
Yes.
We're going to actually do a huge improvement in the next few episodes. Few episodes, we're ordering a bunch of equipment. We actually are going to have a new set.
Yay!
So that's going to be new.
The wrinkles are going to go.
Yeah, that lovely wrinkle
it's
right
only
there.
here. I don't know why.
It's the lighting.
He takes all the good side.
I just realized I'm wearing blue and I got blue lighting. Maybe I should change the color. No, but it's cool. I like it.
Last time I was wearing blue. You copied me because you were like, I remember.
I was wearing white. We just switched.
Yeah.
You know what? I know what we're gonna wear next time. I'm not gonna tell y'all. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna sort something out. Okay. But
Halloween is coming. You know we're gonna have to wear costumes that month.
Duh. I love costumes.
Yay.
But we just want to let you guys know that down below we're gonna have links to all of the equipment we use. And that's going to be the links for our Amazon affiliate program. So make sure you click on those links and purchase whatever you want from there.
They help us grow. They help us buy more equipment. Yeah. And we're always going to just take everything that you guys help us with and invest it back into this channel.
Exactly. So all of the links are going to help support the channel, including the merch, which we still haven't launched just yet. But we're also going to be putting our reference links whenever we reference something. If we have an article we want to reference or anything, we're going to tell you guys to check the links down below. So they will be all right there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with a topic that I've been discussing for the past 3 weeks amongst my friends.
Discussing or obsessing? One or the
Obsessing.
other.
It's an obsession at this point. Okay, so a lot of people know me as a foodie.
Right.
I clearly see that I love food.
I am too.
Selwa is a very big foodie. We actually text each other like, yo, have you been to this place? I'm like, yeah. It's like, okay.
This episode is already getting me hungry because I told you I didn't eat anything. It just had like a really fast yogurt.
And I'm right after here. I gotta run some errands and then I'm gonna go eat. So So the reason why we brought this topic up is because the first topic is about hype restaurants and fancy restaurants that are opening up, like pop-up restaurants that are opening up in Jeddah and the rest of Saudi Arabia, and how like our discussion about them. So I love these cool restaurants. I'm a foodie. I love trying new things. Give us examples,
man.
So some examples are...
Because you go out a lot.
Oh, yeah,
I am such a homey person.
I love to stay at home, for real. But like
restaurants and visiting, especially in this heat.
Exactly.
You need to find any indoor activity.
It's too hot. It's too hot to be out a lot. But like, you just want to go to a nice restaurant. When I'm in New York, I'm like bouncing from restaurant to restaurant all the time.
Okay.
Like, people go bar hopping, I go restaurant hopping.
Okay.
I just eat.
I'm in the middle. I like the lounges.
Oh, lounges are nice.
Lounges have some good food sometimes when everybody's like, tin, you're like, this is boring. Let me order something.
I'm just sitting there eating while everybody's like hanging out and just like eating.
Yeah.
No, but like some examples are We have Kuru. We have Matano. We have Cicetti, I think it's called.
Okay.
We have Bagatelle, Billionaire. So these restaurants are all sort of run by the same groups.
Nobu's not opened yet, right?
Nobu opened up as a pop-up in Jeddah season.
Or here.
In
Jeddah season, right.
Yeah, and I went to that, and it opened up officially, I think, in Riyadh. I'm not sure.
I remember because I was working.
We're going to check, and we're going to see down here if it's actually open or not. But
okay, I'll link what we're talking about, all the restaurants he mentioned. So what's wrong with hype?
So
restaurants?
the things wrong with them is basically they overcharge you. The food isn't as good as it is abroad, and so I feel like the service is never up to par.
Let me identify hype restaurants. They're like really high-end restaurants around the world. They could be in top cities like New York or Tokyo or London, Paris, Dubai, so on. So then they like pretty much try to enter a Middle East market.
Yeah.
So, a Saudi market. In this case, Saudi market. And what happens is a lot of the supplies, maybe the food, maybe is not the same that comes here.
Well, a lot of these companies bring their food with them, but then they, you run out of certain things really quickly, especially when they're high order and stuff. They just run out. So like you end up buying from the local market, and it changes the flavor.
For me, like they're occasion restaurants. Like occasion, like first date, celebration, birthday, you got a new job, whatever. Like it's one of those things you do like once in a while. And then there's bougie people who go to them all the time to be spotted.
I know I'm bougie, and I drink a certain brand of water, which I'm not gonna. I kind of covered
I took out a bottle because last time people were making fun of my brand, so I'm like, you know what? You don't know what it is.
Yeah, so I covered the
it's
brand.
Tap water. Imagine tap water here.
Oh my
you
God,
don't understand when people
water.
make fun of us for like for drinking bottled water. We can't drink tap water.
You
just can't
drink tap water.
No.
You're gonna destroy your bowels. But yeah, these restaurants I've been to a few. Honestly, I've been to Matano, I've been to Kura, I haven't been to Bagatelle here. I've been to Bagatelle in New York. I heard a lot about Cicetti. I've been to Nobu when it was a pop-up, and I haven't been to Billionaire in Riyadh.
I've been to it in Dubai.
And I feel like there's a lot of things that I like.
But for me in Dubai, it's not even a restaurant. Like they do have the dining section, but it's based on a lot, like a show and like live dining.
Yeah.
And the entertainment part.
Well, that's the thing about Bagatelle. So everybody wants to go to Bagatelle
because it's a beach restaurant, right?
Bagatelle is like a club restaurant. So you have like loud music, like a club.
Yeah, lounge restaurant.
And like you have people dancing on tables and stuff.
But it's on the beach, right? Or this
this one just happens to be at the beach, which is at, I believe, Indigo.
Right.
I'm not particularly sure. Either Indigo or Oi, but I think it's Indigo. But I don't like... so I went to Matano, like, I believe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the food... Okay, well, let's start with the service. The service was nice, but I felt rushed. So the guys that, when we were talking about it earlier...
We got some more people coming.
I know.
They were like... Oh, it's a bigger crowd. Get out,
They actually told me on the phone when I made my reservation, you only have 2 hours.
Oh, some restaurants around the world do that. They're
they want quick turnaround time. But like when we went there, they said, "Oh, it's really hard to get a booking for this time because it's really busy." I went there; it was 50% capacity. So the restaurant was only about 50% capacity, and because of the pandemic, it's even like we already have 50% capacity from the original, so it's now 25% capacity.
So it's like barely anyone there.
Yeah.
And these restaurants are actually nice with a big environment.
Exactly.
They're not nice when you're like just sitting.
The design of the place, the cutlery, the plates, the glasses, everything, like the whole ambiance was really nice. The service was really good with the waiters, but it felt rushed. The guy was like, "Oh, do you want your food now, or do you want it in a second?" Like, bro, I literally just ordered it. Like, you took my order 10 seconds. I think I'm too old for hype
restaurants.
Well, I feel the same way in a certain way. Like, I love trying new places. I love, trying the food and everything. The food. Now, if we go into the food for Matano was subpar, honestly. I could have went to Louis or went to other French restaurants, had better food for a third of the price, and it was much better. We had, like, a steak. We had, like, other things. We had 2 mains, 2... appetizers, a dessert, a couple of drinks.
Right.
Drinks are non-alcoholic in Saudi. So I had like some
dry
cocktails.
Bar.
Yeah. And it was actually quite, it was like okay. It was not worth the food. It was not worth the money. I mean, one of the appetizers was like the best part of the entire meal. Everything else was like
Well, the thing is, I always notice, like, okay, in Saudi, growing up here, people are addicted to restaurants.
Oh yeah.
People are addicted because, like, not only is it because we don't have a lot of different, activities which we do now. Before there wasn't, but the heat. Like the heat is not normal heat. This is not Vegas heat. This is not Egypt heat. It's absolutely so hot and it's so dry. I mean, it's like
humid here.
Yeah, and like even UAE is hot, but like a lot of people travel to Dubai.
Right.
But you have a 4-month period where it gets really cool. Like Dubai fluctuates, or like UAE fluctuates, and there's like obviously in Saudi there's areas that are really cold. But in general, if we're talking about like the cities, it's really hot. So the restaurants are like a lot of the options. So people sometimes would just go to hang out rather than eat here. Yeah. Like because our home food is really yummy. True. Home food is yummy. Like we cook everything in our house. Like we cook Indian, we cook so many different food. But like it's not the food that's I think people are attracted to. They're attracted to the ambience and and like the look or feel. But is it worth it? Like I said, for me, it wouldn't be something I would do on a daily, weekly thing. It wouldn't even be something that.
The thing is, I know people who do, and I'm like, the food isn't even that good. Like if the food was that good, then I would justify.
If we're gonna go into how people think about bouginess and how people like, for me and you, we're like bougie about some things, but we're like, no, we're not gonna waste our money on this. Like,
I know people who are just like for real that are less like. Yeah, so I'm at like, Kuru or I'm at Nobu. I'm like, all right, but how's the food? They're like, oh, it's amazing. And then I go try it and they're not foodies and I'm a foodie. And I'm like, that was a letdown. Like at this point, I'd rather go to like Wakami. I'd rather go to Golden Sushi and get proper sushi.
Oh yeah, like just the local, some of the local brands are even, for me, the local brands are amazing.
Kuru was okay. Like they had a couple of things that were nice. The rest were like, meh.
Right. There was people are gonna hate me for this, but the Wolfgang, the burger joint that's in Vegas. What's it called?
Wolfgang Puck's?
Is it?
I think so. Or Gordon Ramsay's?
The Gordon Ramsay. Sorry, what is it called?
I think it's just called Gordon Ramsay's.
I'm gonna put it up here, right? The restaurant I'm talking about. He's probably gonna sue me for that or something. No, but like there were lines. Like this is in Vegas. So I'm not even talking about here. There was lines, and I waited and ridiculous. I would never do this for food. I wouldn't do this for an Apple phone or anything. Like I don't wait in lines unless it's Disney and Express Pass. Like I'm lazy to wait in lines.
I'd wait for Disney. I'd stand in line for Disney.
Okay, you're one of those people. So I stood in line and I'm like, okay, everybody's like, you gotta try it. And I went. I swear, I know like CRAVE here locally is better than that.
Oh my God, CRAVE.
They're going to really get mad. I know, but like for me, I don't like share a lot of taste with people. Like a lot of the things that I like are laid back, and like if I want to try something, I'd rather try it authentically in local places. Even like if you go, for example, like even in the US, they have these local places run by actual like Indian, Asians, like different. They know their flavor. Right. And I'd rather go to those places. Like I love sushi in Vegas. It's all run by like Japanese stuff and like their home family.
Sushi in Vegas isn't as good as sushi in California.
But if you go to you go to a specific restaurant, not the ones that are big. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I agree. The sushi at big places in Vegas feels. I actually went to Nobu. I went to Nobu in Vegas.
I don't like it.
And I went to Nobu in New York, and the Vegas location and the New York location were okay. Okay. But then you go to like local places, or smaller
that's
places,
what I'm saying.
Sushi's much better.
Exactly,
you put more effort.
They're actually from this is their culture. Yeah. So they put that spiciness in, like their flavor, the real flavor.
I mean, you mentioned CRAVE. CRAVE is actually one of my favorite places as an alternative burger.
Here locally,
and it's phenomenal. Their fries are really good. Their burgers really nice. It's a local brand, and originally when they first opened, only Saudi people were working at it, and which is really good price for Saudi.
Yeah, so like it was all full staff.
Yeah, it's really nice. I appreciated the fact that they had that. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I was telling you about like these restaurants are like meant either for like people who like to flaunt and people who want to impress their partner. Like if I'm taking a person to a restaurant, it's one of those things where like you're not supposed to pay attention to the food. Yeah. Because if you're in a relationship for like longer than 3 years, you're gonna be like, listen, we need somewhere to eat. Like if I take
straight up, I'm just hungry. Put some chicken in me. Like
you know what I mean? It's like listen, we don't have a lot to talk about, so the food better be good. You know what I mean?
The thing is, so I went to.
Hopefully we talk, but you want to have combo and eat. You're not gonna do like on a first date, like or like if you're.
We're actually gonna talk about that, like first date. What would okay, guys, we're gonna pause for a second.
We're gonna move
first date. Where do you want your partner to take you on your first date? Well, actually, your husband. Where is he gonna take you on your first date? If you guys weren't married.
I'm like,
don't tell us where you went. Tell us where you'd like to go.
No, where I would
like in 2021. Because it's changed since you guys got married.
I would go to like a private picnic, something more tailored. Mm-hmm. Where like you take your favorite food and you go somewhere and you spend time, more like a beachy resort.
Guys, write this down.
I'm really simple. You could just
all the guys who are watching this, just write down the notes.
You could just bring it home. You know what I mean? Make some candles, reorganize things.
The thing is, not everybody wants to go home.
He can babysit and have the whole 12 hours by myself.
There you go, married.
It's
people.
Very different. It's
Get
very
her a spa day.
But you know something? I'm a Pisces. Like we were talking. I'm very like into romance and things like that. But as I grew, it was more like comfort.
Okay.
It's about having comfort. Where like we look at each other and we're like, we're going to McDonald's after this food. Yes, we paid like 1,000 riyals, but we're not full. It's very honest. Like we're not gonna lie.
I actually have a McDonald's alternative for Saudi. So McDonald's, I haven't had McDonald's in like 3 months now, which is an accomplishment because I love one thing at McDonald's.
There's two things I love three, but they're not here. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
You sent me that today! And Taco Bell. We're going to talk about Mexican food in a sec. Taco Bell or Del Taco if you're in the other side, in the other west, west side.
So my alternative for McDonald's in Saudi is I'm hungry. Another good pizza place instead of like Pizza Hut and Domino's, which I'm okay with both, but in Saudi they have their good days and bad days, is Maestro Pizza.
Cab Pizza.
Cab Pizza.
Cab Pizza. Try that one.
Cab or cap?
Cab.
Okay.
It like looks like a cab, like a New York cab, like but it's not called New York cab. There's one.
I'll
cab
try that
pizza.
out. Maestro is my favorite, like fast food pizza.
I love Chuck E. Cheese pizza and Fun Time Pizza.
Chuck E. Cheese and Fun Time Pizza is like the best.
It's still the best.
It's still the best.
Yeah, we have that here. Yeah.
I really like.
Chuck E. Cheese is one of my places.
I really like
eat.
If you want a fancy pizza that actually tastes good, but it's like definitely not like a children's pizza.
No, it's
Pizziano.
Pizziano
is phenomenal. They have like a wood burning brick oven.
Oven pizza.
Very good.
I like
the only
pizza.
thing I agree with
a lot of anything, and I'm eating it.
I'm a pastafarian. I love pasta.
No, I love Italian food. I love Italian food. So back to the first date we were talking about.
Yeah, first date.
Hype restaurants is a nice first date, but
prepared to spend a lot.
Yeah, listen. On a first date, you pay, obviously, right? You pay on the second date, third date. This is why I love my Arab men out there. I'm sorry, you guys do not let. I have never, even with guy friend. I have never met an Arab man. Thank God, a friend, anything that has not paid. Like, would fight with me over the bill. Would not let me pay.
I want to say that I went out recently.
If you want a gentleman Arab man, obviously like a good one. They will pay for everything. We're
actually gonna talk about that in an episode. Yeah, it's gonna be coming up.
Yeah, but I really find it respectful, and I find it because
it's not just about that. I feel like it's more of like, hey, I asked you out. You know, if I'm asking you out, I'm telling you,
what
hey,
let's go out. What if a girl asks you out? She pay?
Ooh, well, I'm still gonna have to fight. But
if she plans the restaurant, she would offer you to pay. That would be the right thing to do. And then you would be like, no, I will pay this. Thing to do the Arabic accent.
I would have to pay for this.
I will pay for this.
My wallet's over there, but like I have Apple Pay.
Listen, I'm feminist, but there are some things we gotta talk about this on another episode. There's some things that everybody should be comfortable with.
I feel like so when you're just starting off in a relationship, I think it should be. It's something you should discuss, but when it's deep into a relationship, then it's 50-50, you know?
Right.
Unless I'm specifically taking out, my partner for like anniversary
I'm
or
coming
birthday
for
or something.
You for this one. You gotta cut this one off. Look at my face. I'm like all nice and smiles because I got a lot to say on that one. But yeah. No, it makes sense like to go to these places. I would like for me, like you were saying, I would visit there once.
Yeah.
If I didn't like the service or food, I'm not coming back just because the place is like, the top place in the city.
Like that's why I was like talking about
McDonald's.
Matano as
McDonald's
an
servers
example.
treat me good.
McDonald's?
They're like, you want more ketchup? You want?
Yo, I got you.
They spoil you.
Here's an extra barbecue sauce. You don't have to pay $1.50 for it. You good? You know, $1.50 for sauce. That's a ripoff. It's actually 50 cents, but it's still a ripoff.
In some places, by the way, in the nice neighborhoods, they'll give it for free.
You ever been to Chick-fil-A? They give you free sauce every time.
Free everything.
Oh, sir, you didn't get enough sauce. Here you go. Here's 10 more packets for free. I'm like, I love you, Chick-fil-A. I miss you so much.
Yeah, seriously.
No, but like, so for me on a first date, I'm obviously the one who's paying. I'm the one who is like, hey, I would like to take you out. You know, it's my.
Would you go to a hype restaurant for your first date?
I did go to a hype restaurant for my first date.
Now we need to know that experience.
So that's the Matano date I went on. It was the food, as I said, it was okay. The service was nice.
What type of restaurant is it? Like
it's French. Fancy French.
Oh, I would never be caught in a French restaurant.
I was dressed up and everything. I had my hair slicked back and everything.
Nice.
All this was like dealt with.
Did you use the camel to go?
I did. I had my large camel, which is parked right outside. So he's currently grazing.
With like a diamond. What is it?
just encrusted with diamonds all over the seat and everything.
Like they do in those cars. They bling bling.
You got bling bling everywhere.
I got a bling bling camel, man.
But like it was overall a nice experience, but it's not something I would repeat ever again.
You won't really get to know somebody in a restaurant like that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the music was loud. It was surprisingly loud.
It's loud so that you don't hear the people saying the food's.
Yeah. When we left there, I sort of made a joke. I was like, "Hey, do you want to get something to eat?" As a joke, and she was like, "Yeah, I barely ate." I was like, "Why didn't you tell me? I'd like order more food." She's like, "No, for real. The portions were small, and they did not fill you, and they were just." I was honestly hungry. Yeah. So not going again, but actually my favorite.
You would impress a girl or a guy more if you actually planned out something more special than taking them to a restaurant, like just to look cool.
It's not about spending the money. If they care about you.
You know what hype restaurants are good for? Corporate events.
That's very true. Because you're trying to impress them.
Yes, everybody is not there to eat. You shouldn't be eating at a corporate event like that. Like, you're like, you should be listening to your boss and everybody else trying to, that's a really good idea. Business, like all that is the perfect places where you're not too comfortable. Everybody has to move.
You know what else is good for hype restaurants? Meeting your partner's family.
Oh, impressing them.
Oh, they're going to love it.
No, I'll take them to like the cheapest place. Like, listen, this is it.
Oh my God. I'd be like, you're not marrying our son.
Like, listen, this is it. You
try
to get me for my money. No.
You're taking us to a cheap place? You don't marry our daughter. What is wrong with you? Go away. You're a cheap man.
Where he took you on the first date? Where he took you?
Yeah, like, oh, he took you here? Okay.
Yeah,
when you say like, oh, we went to Matano, I'm like, okay, that's nice.
Your girlfriend, like the girlfriends are gonna be like, yeah, wow. Like, but your parents, like, they just want you to go. No, I think even for family, you can't talk. You can't get to know them. It's way too awkward.
I'd rather
every time you wanna say something, the guy comes in front of you. It's like, dude, I just drank it. Just get out of here. It's getting awkward.
It's like, are you ready to order? No, you literally just gave us the menus like 30 seconds ago. Well, I just need a second. Okay, sir, I'll just wait right here. Like, you're not a bouncer.
You're like, why are you here?
Just
next,
something.
Should we go to the next topic?
Sure, let's do that.
All right.
So, next topic, Jeddah season.
So
the first time it came around, it was around August.
Right.
Which was not my preferred month in the hottest city. Well, not the hottest city.
There's a report right now that's saying that this month is really, really hot. You should try to avoid...
this is going to be the hottest month in Jeddah.
You would think that we would go to beaches in the summer.
It's too hot.
No, it's way
The water... I actually went swimming last week and I swam as far as I can go and the water was still warm. Usually the further you go out, the colder it gets. Okay. It was so warm, I got out of the water within 10 minutes.
Is it safe to dive at this time?
Yeah, but it's just too warm. Like, you have to go really deep into the Red Sea.
Is there fish? Or
they're
grilled under there.
They're just like tanning underneath the water. No, but for real, the water was too warm. I got out of the water and I jumped in. Like, I went and showered and stuff. My friend's like, "Hey, why aren't you gonna go swim anymore?" I'm like, the water's so warm, it's actually hotter than the shower.
It's really, really hard to like enjoy the beach here now. But that's why you would go, like, try to find alternatives. I would, like, you know, there's like what is it called? I was just telling you, jump house.
Oh, like bounce.
Bounce house.
Bounce.
It's just
bounce.
Called bounce. I'm like,
yeah,
I just
that's
called
a really
it
good
house.
alternative.
Like things like that, you would take
Mini
the family
golf.
inside.
Something she's really excited for.
Oh, escape room.
That is something cool to do in the
Yeah,
summer.
escape rooms. So my nieces are actually taking me to an escape room, and I love things like that. It's actually right next to me. When you look at it, it's like a big door, and it looks like an old hotel. I think it's called the Escape Hotel or something like that. But yeah, it's been a thing for a while, right?
Yeah, I went to one in Egypt with my baby brother and his...
That must be scary there.
Well,
like,
they
might be like, yeah, we got
really
it all
fun.
down.
It was really complicated. I was there with...
Were you able to solve anything?
I solved a lot, but I was there with 6 9-year-olds. So it was on me to do
It's called
everything.
an escape room because you need to escape them.
I know. I wanted to lock them back in. I was like, all right, guys.
Can I lock these guys
I'll see you
in?
later.
Let me. Yeah.
But overall, it was nice. I feel like escape rooms are nice. I feel like with the summer, you know, coming towards the end, which is the hottest part.
Right.
I feel like escape rooms, movies,
the
mini
movies.
golf,
Yeah. What was
arcades.
the famous movie called?
Oh. The one we were just talking about?
Right.
Okay, we talked about this last
episode.
episode.
Up here. Yeah.
So, Suicide Squad. I went and watched it.
Ah!
I watched it. And you watched it as well.
Yep. Look at me. I'm going to go off the... Look at I do what I did last time. I'm out. You know?
She's out.
No, so yeah, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
What did you like about it?
Okay, so she did not like Suicide Squad.
I really like the
Suicide
Harley
Squad.
Quinn scene where like she's like blah blah blah. Okay, I can't even ruin it. I won't ruin it
Yeah,
for
we're
anyone.
not not gonna spoil it because
tell me, please
the movie's
give
been
me
out for
a
like
good,
5 days now.
Yeah, tell me
So,
what's good about it.
I really liked Suicide Squad because it was very influenced by the comics. So a lot of the characters, the little characters like the detachable kid and all these people, you'd never know them unless you actually read the comic.
I want to ruin it by saying, well, they're all peeped by the beginning of the movie, you know?
It's actually in the trailer, so...
Oh, okay, it's fine?
No, but like, sorry, there was like dust in the air. But yeah, like, I'm just like... Our set is still coming along, guys. This is construction. This is not a backdrop, this is construction. Things are happening behind the scenes. No, but like, I really appreciated it. I know everybody who was watching with me was like, what did you make us watch? We want our 2 hours of it. None of my friends liked it.
You told me you got a really high score, but
my friends in the States loved it.
No.
I think this one was made for the comic book fans. This was not made for everybody.
Well, the problem is everybody that went into it, which I didn't like the first one, but went into it thought they were going to be like the same as the first one, and that's a big problem.
That's
a big switch for the fans, and like
but
people who liked it the first time hate it now.
Yeah.
And people who hated it like the first time like it now, and there's Selwa, where she just bring that movie down. I don't understand why they just didn't do a Harley Quinn movie.
They did. Birds of Prey was a Harley Quinn movie.
There's way too many characters, and it wasn't anything about her. Like we just want to see her change outfits and
Harley
kick
Quinn
butt, you know.
And the Birds of Prey, so they're introducing the rest. So it potentially.
DC? Let me tell you something. Go back to the golden Dark Knight age. Like either stay serious and cool, or fun and cool. You can't do all of it. You can't just be like serious on the first film, second maybe comedy, maybe rated R. Like they really.
Talking about
we were talking about that. They don't really care about their fans. I think DC don't like, even though I'm a DC fanatic, like I love DC over Marvel, like the characters, but it's like they don't really care about the fans. The fans are like, listen, we want 1, 2, 3. They're like, let's go this way.
Did you see? Of course you didn't see it, but you saw the Justice League, right?
Yeah, of course I saw it.
Did you see the Zack Snyder cut?
I did see it.
The 4-hour cut.
I liked it. I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it. Actually, it was better than the original. Like it made sense. It made sense. Yeah.
I actually sat down with my friends and we watched it.
Again, it was his vision. He made the movie like the start. Let us watch.
And I believe that. So for the people that don't know, what happened with Justice League was that Zack Snyder directed the whole movie, filmed the whole thing, and in post-production, he had a family situation. I'm not going to talk about that.
And then they brought that guy.
Yeah, they brought a new director who changed the entire narrative of the movie. And by the way, if you watch the Zack Snyder cut, they actually had more footage than the 4 hours that they posted. They had more footage, but they had to cut it into 4 hours. And what happened was, after they released Justice League, so many people hated the movie that later on, like last year, Zack Snyder told, Warner Brothers, hey, I can recut the movie in the way I wanted it.
Like the original.
Yeah, and, I just they told him, okay, you can do it if you can get the budget for it. He wound up getting the budget for it. I think it was like $50 million or $80 million to recut it.
They had to, obviously get something back.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? They released it directly online. It wasn't even in theaters. Only a couple of theaters had a private, not private, but they had some showings.
Right.
But I swear, that 4 hours was 1,000 times better than watching that original movie 4 or 5 times in a row.
I think
it was so good.
But there's a full rounded story, and my problem with Suicide Squad was there was so many things put into it. It just became where there's Star Wars scene where all you hear is bam 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 bam.
Okay.
Well, throughout the movie, that's all I heard.
Well, the thing is with the new Suicide Squad was the idea of I'll break it down a little bit. But the point of the Suicide Squad is you have.
No, I'm like.
No, but the point of the Suicide Squad was that the characters were disposable.
So
they were there to die.
I like that. I like the sentimental thing. Well, Idris Elba just did an amazing job.
He did a wonderful job. Harley Quinn did an amazing job. Margot Robbie. Overall, the performances.
We got out of that movie. We're watching Cruella instead, and we went and watched it for 4th time.
Okay.
And that movie got a bad score. I got a really bad score.
I know.
And Hamza keeps telling me, Hamza, I got you.
We got
He's
you.
like, why are you not doing the cosplay for Cruella?
Doing it.
I don't know. I just because I wasn't in love with the movie first, and then when I watched it, it was kind of too late.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. It takes a lot to do one look. You have to have everything. It's not easy doing creative process.
Pause here for a second. But have you guys checked out her Instagram? Have you checked out Selwa's Instagram? If you have not, okay, you need to stop this video right now. And actually go for real. Her Instagram is going to be right here, and we're going to leave it up for a second. And seriously, go follow her. She deserves it. Her new look was phenomenal. We're going to place her new look right here. It looks amazing. My mom actually loved it. Every time I post her pictures on my story, my mom was like, "Oh my God, this girl's so talented. She's amazing."
I just started all of this last September. I just started everything. I was a full marketing.
Look. You see this look right here? You see
I was
how much
full marketing and communication. I was the person behind the scenes, bossing out the designers, telling the artists, the creators what to do.
And I'm just clicking a photo.
And it's funny, but with being on this side, it's way harder. It's so hard, but the thing is, you when you do something like that, for me, it's really personal. A lot of people are what do you do? The whole thing, it's so complicated. It's not that easy, but at the same time, I really like it. I know there's simpler things out there just to get more follows and likes, and honestly. You can do a TikTok video and you get 50 million, I can do just
TikTok is booming here.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do an S2 production TikTok.
Right, we should.
We'll see how that's going to work.
Show them around the
set and everything.
So I started to thank you for your support. One of my first supporters. Love it.
No, for real. Very talented, Salwa. We're going to have videos where she's going to create makeup. Maybe we'll do a look with me and her. And we'll do something. It'll be interesting.
Yes.
And as we said, as the episodes...
I want to show my wig collection because everybody's obsessed with the wig collection. Gotta show that
off. Do a whole
Gotta
thing.
show that off. Put some wigs on you. And try them on.
I don't know. I got some luscious
You got
hair.
Good hair. You got good hair.
I mean, it looks messed up right now because I've been wearing a cap and now it's all messed up again. But we're definitely gonna do more with this channel. We're slowly improving. We're getting better with everything. But yeah, we just wanted to say thank you for joining today's episode and following everything that's going on. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you follow us on our Instagram right here and right here. You're going to see our Instagrams and our regular S2 Production Instagram, which should be right up here.
Yes.
But we wanted to thank you for everything and showing up today.
Thank you for joining us today. And if you really have any comments, or if you're really somebody that watches and you're I think they should do this or that, this is the time to tell us, because we represent you at the end of the day, and we want to support all the local artists, all the photographers, makeup artists, models. So if you have any questions for us, we've been in the industry for a long time. I've been behind the scenes for a long time. He's an amazing photographer, creator, artist as well. And you could just come to us for any questions. We'd love to help you out. And yeah, so thank you for watching. We shorten this as much as possible because we are talkers and we love to talk. And just think of us as a talk show that you could just, what I was telling my friends, you could just put it, walk away from the phone, do your chores, and then come back. And we're just your friends talking around the kitchen table. So
that's what I actually usually do. I bring my laptop to the kitchen, press play on something that I like to watch while I'm cooking, while I'm making lunch, after my workouts and stuff. And I'm just listening and engaging. And if something's really pulling me in, I'll sit there and continue watching. I'll even have my meals in the kitchen.
And that's it. That's it. Thank you for watching for today, and thank you for all the good and bad comments. We loved it, and thank you for sharing and your support and telling us all the different comments that you made. We love it. We take it to heart, and we're so excited because this is our first time doing something like this. So this has been Sweet and Salty. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.